Hi, good evening. We are at the end of dark moon portal of Gemini moon, and that means that in a few days we'll be having the new moon of Cancer. But for now, we're still in these Gemini energies, and dark moon is a time of reflection. If you haven't heard me say this before, it's a time of reflection. It's a time of going quiet and looking back on the past month and what the theme was and seeing where things are settling for us after usually some consciousness has risen up or some healing or some moving forward in whatever this consciousness is about. And in this month, it was about recognizing our wholeness, which I've talked about in previous episodes. If you haven't watched the ones about Gemini moon yet, you can go back and look at those, the ones from this past month. So it's about recognizing our wholeness, being that full moon that we bring into this world, and then in that wholeness, connecting with another whole, just like twins. And 1 + 1 doesn't just equal 2. When we bring one whole and connect it with another whole, then something new gets created. And when these two wholes are vibrating at a certain energy, just like twins, when we see twins, we don't just look at them and think, oh, just like two other siblings. There's something unique, some energy that pulls us, that makes us want to watch, that just makes us notice as they go by. And that's what it's like when one whole meets together with another whole and come together in this connection. So over the past week and a half or so, a lot of people have been feeling huge healing shifts built on what we felt in Taurus, which was the whole idea of Ani Hashem Rofecha, that God is God as our healer. And with the eclipses that we had, there was a lot of the shadow side coming up, a lot of the foundational stuff that put us into preset patterns when we were young, and clearing that was Taurus. And so now with the Gemini, it was more clearing, usually to do with this connection. So what stops us from connection? Anger, right? And so with the solar flares and the summer solstice, we had a lot of anger coming up, a lot of gallbladder meridian healing, a lot of large intestine meridian clearing, with just the digestion and moving things out, a lot of yang, and I've talked about this in the other ones. You can go back to listen to that. So, but what's really come up over the past week, in a more focused way, is the idea of separation consciousness versus connection consciousness. So separation consciousness is, no, let me start with connection consciousness. Connection consciousness is the fact that we are souls and we are connected to all other souls, right? We all come from this divine source. And so there is this eternal connection that always exists between all souls. And it's the 5D, it's what we refer to as the 5D, the divine connection level. So it's a place of divine love, of unconditional love and acceptance as we experience it. And first of self, and then of others, and then really being able to receive unconditional love and acceptance from others and from ourselves, which is sometimes very difficult for people. Seems antithetical, but it's true. And it's in the chakra world, in the chakra energy, it's the soul star chakra, which is 12 to 18 inches above the head. And the way I see it is like if you see a crowded boulevard, you know, where there's like throngs of people walking. So imagine between 6.5 to 7.5 feet above the ground, there's these like white lights moving above everyone's heads that are interconnected. It's like this level of consciousness that is our soul light, our soul star chakra, connecting with all other souls on that level. And that is connectivity. That is the consciousness of connection, that we are all indeed connected on some level, and therefore just by having this connection consciousness, we are able to be more forgiving and loving of the people around us. And then we have separation consciousness. This is going to be longer than the 5 minutes that it normally is, but The separation consciousness is the illusion that we have in the 3D, because God dressed our souls in bodies in physical form. So we see each of us walking around not connected to each other. In fact, we see all the degrees of separation. Well, you're in your body, I'm in my body. You're in your home, I'm in my home. You have your culture and your language and your religion, and you have this color hair, and you have your clothing, and all these different things that define your separation from me. All the ways that we're separate. And so if we only look this way at the 3D, at the physical world, then that's what we're going to see. This illusion of separation. But what's beautiful is that there's the brow chakra, the third eye chakra, that exists right here, that helps us to balance and find the diagonal, the vector between linear seeing, okay, and seeing upwards. So this is the 3D, and this is the 5D connection with the spiritual, with the divine. And so the vector that comes out of our brow chakra is felt on an angle, on a diagonal, and it helps us form this connection of, yes, there's an illusion of separation. I am on this earth. I'm not an angel flying in the sky. I am on this earth to fulfill a certain purpose, a divine purpose, a soul purpose. My soul came first, then the body. And so when I stay connected to that soul purpose, it doesn't matter that it seems like I'm separated from everyone else. I am indeed connected with everyone else. And in that consciousness, I'm able to then fulfill my soul purpose. Because without that, we're not staying connected, right? And if we're only in our spirituality and only staying connected in the soul level, then we're not manifesting into this world, because our feet are barely touching the ground. We're in such spiritual realms. So we need the balance between the two. So the connection consciousness and the separation consciousness. I'm going to stop now because I got to 7 minutes. But if you want more about this, I've been talking about it on Facebook in my posts. You can check it out there. I'll write the resources down below. And in my podcasts, I've been putting out, I put out like 3 podcasts in the past week and a half about this. They're called Lost Twin or Twin Flame, Separation Consciousness, Connection Consciousness. But they're all about this idea. So sending love. Have a great day.